What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Mostly Clean Mondays. We've got PowerWash Sim DLC. That's right, Warhammer 40K, which, full disclosure, I have like almost no knowledge of. So this will be interesting. I mean, I wasn't super aware of Final Fantasy, but I could certainly figure that out. So Warhammer would likely be the same. But, you know, if you guys have some background lore or information, you know, don't hesitate to share it while we're in the chat today. Speaking of which, we'll say hey to everybody in just a hot second. I do have a couple of announcements, though. One of them is... Happy Monday. No, I'm just kidding. This stream is expected to be a little shorter than usual. How short? Not exactly sure. The DLC is expected to take 5 to 6 hours, depending on where you look. I'm hoping that we can get to like the 2.5 to 3.5 hour mark today before we get to that final level. Which is supposed to be a doozy, but we'll see. Teflon with a $2 super chat. Look at that, trying to take over the board. John Bondi has been, you know, pretty well represented on that board the last few weeks, actually. It's good to see that things are getting righted. The ship is being righted. But yeah, so I got a fun little story for you too. So we'll see how the DLC treats me. And you know, I flap a lot. I take time. I tell stories. So it'll likely take me longer than the guides that are like plowing through, trying to get it done as quick as possible. But yeah, so fun story. As you guys know, I've been searching for a new car for a while. I've been at the end of my payments and freed of that and ready to get into something new in all-wheel drive. Oh, snap. Gerg out there flexing membership. Let's go. And I haven't forgotten about the chat. I'll say hey to everybody in just a second. So I last week I had an incident where my windshield got cracked and found some more moisture in my car, which still can't be, we can't figure out how, like my back seat, on the back of the back seat in the trunk, I have an amplifier mounted. The trunk has like a cover over it. It has an extra protective weather mat to sort of keep the trunk space with the spare tire and stuff separate from the cab space of the trunk. Like there's really no water anywhere, anything. But my amplifier, which is mounted and part plastic and part metal, was like wet. And so I was really upset about that. And then I realized I had some water in my taillight, so that made me even more upset. And then I went and ran one quick errand, and on the way home, my windshield got destroyed by a rock. So I was really upset. I ended up finding a car that I was really happy to get. But then my wife and I had a big talk about it the night before we went to go, and she really made some good points. And she was like, you know, if you want to go get it, we can go get it. But I think you don't want this car, and I think you're going to be unhappy with it in a year from now. And you're going to have, you know, payments for longer than that. So anyways, long story short, it led to a whole thing about finances, and we're going to actually put our money in a different direction. We have a credit card that we're just going to get rid of, and we're just going to start doing things differently. And this is something I've been trying to do for like 2 years plus, and it's just, money's a hard thing to talk about, and ruins a lot of friendships, relationships, whatever. So, you know, obviously that was always scary, and we got through it with flying colors. It was totally easy. But in the process, we were like going through our monthly bills. And, you know, I was going through all the Happy Thumb stuff and everything. And I remembered that I actually pay a premium price for some services that I barely use for Streamlabs. And basically in the past, I've used it to get like webcam frames, like this brown, poopy, dirty. That's the goal, right? Today we're spraying the dirt away. It's you know, right? It's power wash. So that was the thought. But I've gotten a bunch of those, but I've got so many of them now that I don't need the service, and I own them. They're mine. So I don't need to pay. I think it's like $33 a month or something like that. 1930s. There was a bunch of bills. I can't remember which was which. But anyways, I go to cancel it. And when I go to cancel it, this big pop-up pops up. And it's like, hey, Are you sure you want to cancel? You are a diamond member and you have tons of unclaimed rewards. And I was literally like hovered over the get out of here button, right? The done, I'm canceling. And then I looked at it and I was like, man, there's like a bunch of clothes and there's like Logitech product. There's all sorts of stuff. Let me go see what it is. So I hit cancel, right? So I cancel the cancel. So I kept my membership and I went and I looked and I had, I don't remember, it was like 34,000 points out of 32,000 points. It didn't even make any sense. I had more points on my account than the tracker was tracking. I'm not even kidding. But what that meant is that every single tier, it was like a battle pass. Every single tier was checked off and I had access to it and I'd never claimed it. So I've been streaming for 4 or 5 years, something like that on a regular basis using this service, paying $19 or $30, whatever it is a month, and barely using this service other than the little webcam frames. That's it. Everything else I'm using would normally be free. So like I said, I went to go cancel it and then I realized, so I started checking the boxes and it was like, all right, you get to giveaway like entries to a giveaway. It was like 10 and 10 and 10 and 10 in each little box, like a battle pass tier, right? And then it's like, oh, you get our exclusive t-shirt. So pick your size and put your address in. So I did. And then I went like 2 or 3 more tiers of like entries and like 20% off Logitech and all these different like deals, which is going to work out because Reese wants a new mouse. Perfect timing because it's a Logitech mouse that he wants. So we're going to utilize that. And then it's like, oh, here's a hat. Here's another t-shirt. Here's a hooded sweatshirt. I'm not kidding. I claimed like 5 or 6 pieces of apparel and I don't know when it's going to be here, but like they had it. I filled it all out. I'm waiting for confirmation now. But kind of crazy, right? So in a way, all that money that I'd spent that I was feeling like, not wasted per se. Teflon with another $2 super chat. But like, I wasn't efficiently using it. But they have a lot of other services, but that's just not stuff that I use. It's nothing that really applies to us. Like even the cloud bot and everything just doesn't, that's different. Like that's still free. So anyways, I thought that was kind of funny. And for the record, I still have the service. I didn't end up canceling it. So there was like something about more coming soon. So like I was like, I've got more points than the system is looking for. Like I've already maxed out and beyond. So if it rolls into some new tiers, I would likely already have those or have a lot of ground on it too. So I'm just kind of holding out and waiting on it. And for what it's worth, it is a business expense. So that kind of helps on the other end because the business isn't very profitable. That's a whole nother story. All right, let's go ahead and say hey to the chat real quick because I know everyone's out there waiting. I know you're just dying to hear your name shouted out, right? Chacho, and Rob were today's early notification squad. Thanks, guys, for being early. Much love, much love. We got Matt out there, too, which means Preston Bros Unite. Good to see you guys. Thanks for always being here. Raised is out there, too. What up, Raised? Glad to see you. Hopefully you'll have a nice, relaxing, calm day. And if not, I hope it's still just easy anyways. Says, hey Rob, hi Matt, hi Susan. Yeah. Quit spamming the chat. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see here. Brian D's out there. Paige is out there. What's up, guys? Who else is out there? Gerg is out there. What up, dude? Oh yeah. Kirsten. Well, no, I'll do it. Never mind. Gerg, I gotta talk to you. You're not in trouble or anything, but I do have to talk to you. Gray is now spamming me stuff too. Yes. I was telling Gray the other night about Ricky Stanicki, and he just found it right now. He's showing it. He's got a picture of his TV screen up with Ricky Stanicki on it. Do it. Watch it. Do it now. Let's see here. Kirsten is out there. What up, Kirsten? Let's see here. Who else is out there? Lots of names. Good chat. Hey, Ethan Does Stuff is out there. What up, Ethan? Good to see you. Welcome back. Who else? Dragon Girl. What is up? Happy Monday. L7N is out there. What is up? Yes, if we could keep it English, I know the mods already said that that would be helpful. Mainly because we could communicate with you. The majority of us, you know, probably have some extra language skills, but I mean, me personally, I don't know any of what that was. So my bad. But also English, so we can communicate. Um, that's one thing I never really expanded. I mean, I know a fair amount of like Spanish. A long time ago, I grew up next to a Vietnamese family, and I used to spend a lot of time at their house. And I could never ever speak anything, but there was lots of things that I would understand, and I could hear stuff. And my friend Guido, he used to like anytime something was being yelled or said or whatever, I'd be like, "What they just say?" You know. And so after a lot of time over there, you know, they'd tell me like, "Turn the TV to channel 7," and I'd, you know, be able to like like I could understand a fair amount, but basic. But I mean, that was 30 something years ago, so I don't remember none of that. But Spanish, quite a bit of retention there. I got a little bit of knowledge of that, but beyond that, nothing. English. And I make up my own words, so I mean, there's Brianisms too. I don't know if that counts as its own language, but Justin's out there. What up, dude? Good to see you. Teflon out there, dropping super chats. Good to see you, Teflon. I don't know if you saw my wrestling gif this morning, but I thought it was pretty funny. Tooting my own horn. Yes, that's what I was doing. Teflon with a gifted membership. Looks like Adonis was the lucky recipient. Congrats. John Cook's out there with a new membership badge. Good to see you, John. Welcome to the stream. Kevin G, what up, dude? Good to see you. No need to worry. The best is here. So weird thing, as of recent, the YouTubes has allowed me to give a heart to super chats. They have not added that feature to the gifted memberships, which is weird because like I'm allowed to thank you for one thing, but not allowed to thank you, right? Like, it's kind of weird. Oh, snap, I just got the jump. I must be close to the bottom. Looks like Viking King's out there. Gray's out there. What up, dude? Yes, watch Ricky Stanicki, bro. Oh, my God. It's so, it's good. In fact, I need to watch it again. It's a terrible movie. Just so we're all clear, like, the whole premise and, like, I couldn't do it. Like, I have the hardest time lying at all anymore. I'm very honest, very upfront, everything very transparent on my sleeve, shoulder, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Fiberpunk, what up, man? Good to see you. David's out there too. What up, David? Welcome back. Let's see here. I have Prime now. That's right. That's where it's at. It's on Prime. That's awesome, dude. It's awesome. Let's see. I was watching one of your free roam videos on Lego Incredibles. Saw you live. Awesome. Appreciate that. Thanks for swinging by. And also, thanks for watching Lego Incredibles. Gamer dude, what up, man? Is he almost done yet? Where is the action? Bro, you talk like that, I'm just going to kick back. Here, let me get my feet up. I mean, I don't know if you know this or not, but I actually have what they call oppositional defiance. It's a disorder, ODD. I look it up. I'm not even making it up. Right now, I'm just making a joke about it. But, like, really, when people tell me to do stuff, I definitely don't listen. You can ask any of my friends, mods, anybody. They all know. And for what it's worth, gamer dude, we are just kind of killing some time because there's a lot of downtime in this DLC. But we are almost to the bottom of the list. I'm just greeting all of the people, including yourself. Max Hendricks is out there too. What up, man? Welcome to the stream. All right, that's killing my leg. There's not enough room to be pinned up like that. And as much as it kills me to do it, let's go ahead and jump into the game. WWE 2K24. You know who we haven't seen today is Farmer. You know, some like sports like basketball, they have like these rules where some arenas the crowd can't sit down until the team scores. Now that's not gonna happen in like baseball or soccer or football, things like that. But basketball, there's like some arenas that like they don't sit down until the team scores. Like I kind of feel like I can't start until Mike says hey or hi guys, right? All right, let's see here. Kirsten just messaged me something too. Let me make sure it's not anything technical related. Oh no! Okay, Kirsten, Thank you for that information. But also, shame on you for not reading my mind and letting me know that information before I spent my hard-earned money on it. Hey, what up, Katie? Welcome to the stream. All right, Warhammer 40,000. I literally know this is an existing franchise of games. I feel like back in the SOCOM era, it existed. So like early 2000s, I want to say this game was a thing. But I feel like even one day I saw like all of these images of it, and it looked like a fast-paced action game, and I feel like I even went and bought the game and then got it home, and then I think I talked to like HTG Mark or something like that, and I feel like he explained to me what type of game it was, and immediately I didn't want anything to do with it. And I don't know if it was just because like he's good at talking me out of things or talking me into things, or if it was the fact that it just wasn't my type of game. But I feel like I took it back unopened and was able to get my monies back. But let's see here. What is this? So Land Raider. This is a big vehicle. It looks like a giant tank, which I like tanks. Oh, it looks all steampunk. Look at the stuff's all like steampunked out. So I mean that's clearly a theme here, huh? Tech praise. I'm super. Blah 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 blah. Okay, yada yada yada. Let's see here. Oof, that's some crazy ambient sound there. How's that looking on the EQ? Oh, it's not even showing. Let's go. There we go. The rumble in the jungle. All right, so look at this. Is definitely a different spray nozzle. Like I've got a different gun, very much themed for this. Oh, gotta turn that down. How's the audio? How's my audio versus the water audio? The wadio? No, boo. Okay. Wadio? No, you guys like that ref? I'm teaching the world about Brianisms again. It's been a minute since we've really focused on this. If you don't know what a Brianism is, it's where usually I will say a word incorrectly on accident, or I should say unintentionally. It's not on accident. I just don't know the word. Like, obviously, if you've watched the Lego Lord of the Rings series, there was a lot of Brianisms that started at that point. You know, sometimes it's actually things I just make up, which is definitely something I've been known to do too. Reese would tell you. Speaking of which, why I oughta. Mr. College is living that college life. He stayed out till 2 last night. He's got class right now. He's up. He's doing it. But I can't. I'm not young enough to do that stuff. I'm sort of jealous. Teflon with another $2 super chat. Is this getting old? It's not. Oh, I don't know. Boy, you bumped everybody off. Even Gerg's Flex is gone. Oh, you know what? I was going to say, is Chacho yelling at me right now? There's usually trophies related to these levels. I may have already messed this one up. So let's look at these real quick. That's something I got distracted by the encouragement to start playing. Complete the Land Raider job. Okay. In the Land Raider job, complete the Ultramarines 2 plaque first. Okay, so I have not completed anything yet. We got to find the Ultramarine plaque. Okay, let's do this a different way. All the way at the bottom, it was Ultra. Wait a minute. Did I read that wrong? In the Land Raider, right? It said in the Land Raider. Oh boy. No, I'm not saying anything about Hey! You're supposed to help me. If I'm gonna make a mistake in the Land Raider job, complete the Ultramarines 2 plaque first. Hey, what up, Ben Ray? HTG, your video walkthrough helped me a lot. Glad to hear it. Appreciate you swinging by. Thanks for the kind words. So I need to Ultramarines to plaque. So, Ultramarines. So that's just, was that, I was actually trying to clean that. Was it dirty to begin with? I feel like it was dirty. No, it wasn't. All right. That was just my little stool. Ultramarines. What is it supposed to say? I feel like there should be like a giant sign of sorts, right? All right, let me look at the list again and see if I can find anything. Whoa, it moves so fast. Plaque. See, yeah, there's like no... Blast cannons. Is that like a typo then? Because I'm doing the Land Raider, right? In front of the tank, he says. Okay, whoa. Is it... So that's the back. No, that's the front. Attach ramp. Jump up on it. And there's the... That's not a plaque, though. I mean, nothing was actually called that, so... That's why... Normally, you can just come in here and assign it, right? Like, what... You saw the name on the list? Really? Oh, there it is right here up at the top. Nailed it. See, if Gerg had good eyes like me, we wouldn't have to go through this. Okay. So some of you might be asking yourself, was he really lost trying to find that, or was he just killing time? Because he's got to stretch the stream out. We may never know. We may never know. Oh, Gamer Dude's back. All right, let's pause it and let's go back to talk time here. So, no, I'm just kidding. What up? We'll go back, dude. Listen, you made a comment, wanted to stand out. I'm just recognizing your omission. Okay. Booyaka show! We march for McCroggy? Is that like the second cousin of Scrooge McDuck? McDougay? Scrooge McDoogie? Alright, beyond that, there's no other trophies tied to this level, so let's just go ahead and get down on it. By the way, I even used your videos for Lego Batman, Gotham Beyond, even used it for Lego Marvel. Awesome! Hey, well, we got lots of other videos for lots of other Lego games, so if and when you're ready, we got you covered. Let's see here. What? I guess I only have the... No shreddy, they're ready, though. Going to walk, finish. All right. Yes, and I get... That's true. There is another trophy for completing the level. That is accurate. I guess I said that wrong. There's no objective required for another trophy on this one. It's just finishing it up, so that's good. And I've missed you, PowerWash Sim. Oh, how I've missed you. So there's a couple games coming out this month that I'm very interested in. As we know, recently, not all games I'm interested in equal a good gaming/stream experience for Brian. Not hating on Pacific Drive, but I just couldn't connect with that game like I was hoping and wanting to, and thought I would. But that aside, there is a new game. Was trying to guess it the other day, and I was trying to ignore it because I think he guessed the game. It might have not been this particular one. It might have been something similar to it, though. But there is a new game called City Life, a taxi driving simulator. I have been in touch with the developers, sort of. Basically, they were offering codes. I inquired about it. They gave me a cryptic answer. I then responded to the answer, and that was Friday. It's now Monday. I haven't heard anything, but I did reach out to them again today. Just said, hey, did y'all get my email or what? So I'm curious on that. That's likely what'll take over on Mondays after we finish up this DLC. Now, at one point, there was talk that Toot and I might take on the PS4 version. I mean, he could play whatever version he wanted, but taking on the PS4 version for me and starting all over and doing it all in co-op. Like, that's like the same, but totally different, right? Because the jobs will get done way faster. There'll be that extra element of, like, trash talk or banter, if you will. And so I thought it was going to be fun, but turns out it doesn't seem like that's going to be a thing. So we'll see. But City Life, or what is it? City Driving? No. Yeah, I think it's called City Life, a taxi driving simulator. Comes out, or it actually came out Friday last week. So if and when I need to grab that and check it out. It's got a lot of micromanagement stuff, and like sometimes I enjoy that. Like Gas Station Simulator, I enjoyed quite a bit. There was a lot of micromanagement, but it was fairly simple in how it worked. So I'm hoping that there's a good flow to the game like that one. Now there's a lot of stuff that I was watching another trailer again today to make sure I was all in on it. There's a lot of like layers to it, like. It's kind of cool. And it sounds like there is a lot of similarities in the sense that, like, eventually I get employees to go do the jobs for me. And, but yeah, you got to start that daily grind first. And then Snow Day comes out, too. South Park Snow Day. Now, that's going to be a little controversial for some because it's kind of an adult-themed game, and not everybody is necessarily approved for that. But we are, and we are excited for it. Now, I've also been in touch with a PR company that handles codes for that. And I asked to be on the list, and they were like, oh, absolutely, we got you. And so now what that really means in the end, I'm not exactly sure. Like, a list could just mean they're going to send me all the press stuff, and that's it. Usually it means I get a code or codes. The game is playable by myself, so with or without anybody being interested, and anybody, I mean like Kirsten / Tood / Gray / Gurks, like the normals, right? And so I don't think Nom or Tyler will be interested in that, so probably won't see either of them, but we'll see. And I know that there has been some interest if there is codes, but also probably not if not. So, and that's fine. Like, there's no pressure. If it's like Killer Clowns where I can only play it with friends, then I'd be a little bit more like, come on. Or maybe having to work something out where I find or get codes for people. But in this case, I'm hoping to get codes. We'll see. And if it doesn't work out and I have to play solo with the AI, or a not so AI maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But that's going to actually happen on the 26th. and it'll be on Tuesdays. So I'm gonna actually slide a game into the Tuesday spot for a minute, anyways. And unless I get this done like today, and then I start Taxi Life next week, and I just hate it, then I might just slide it into the Monday spot. But as it sits right now, I'm assuming that I'm gonna like the Taxi game, and then we got another week of this, so it'll, you know, so I'm expecting to play South Park Snow Day on Tuesdays, starting the 26th, the day it comes out. I'm excited. I've been watching South Park again. Like, I went back and I've been rewatching some of the episodes that were. I watched a lot of them, but like, you know, for one, it's been a long time, 10, 15 years, or perhaps, you know, I just didn't remember them at all. There's definitely some that I like, a lot that I remember. Like, it's weird because, like, as I go through it, I'm like, oh, I totally remember this one. And then the next episode, I won't have any clue on. It's like some of them, I don't know. I must have just missed those weeks or something. And, of course, back then in the day, back in those days, they were airing on Comedy Central. I had to catch them pretty much when they went live. Like, it was harder to watch them on demand back in 2008 or whatever, right? Like, that was a minute ago. Streaming was happening on small levels, but I mean, I wasn't even on YouTube at that point. That's crazy. Like, I mean, I probably had a YouTube account, but maybe not. 2008 was a long time ago. Like, think about it. This is a long time ago. When you say it, it doesn't. Like, Tude the other day was trying to say, like, he read something that, you know, in 1996 or 7, when Dazed and Confused came out, the reference to the 70s era is similar to us and the like our time frame right now in the 90s, which is crazy to think. Like, the 90s are the new 70s, right? Like, for my generation, get up there. So I thought the first couple of these were supposed to be quick and easy, Chacho. This is not an easy task. I think you said you bounced out for a walk, so you're probably not even here to respond, but is this the long one? Kirsten, is this the long one he showed you a picture of? Let's see here. Hey, what up, Michael? Uh-oh, getting deleted, huh? What's happening? Bro tries to come in and bully and then wants to be friends. Oh, man, we live in an interesting time. And nothing personal at all, but I have not been accepting friend requests for a long time. I mean, there have been a couple of exceptions in the last couple of years. But I mean, there are people that are actually friends, people who I talk to on, you know, a regular basis, and you know, if we don't know each other, I'm not as likely to add. And it's nothing personal. It's just I get spammed invites, spam chat, you know, messages, and probably not the way you'd behave, but it's the way that has happened. So I'm a little reluctant. Oh, tomorrow's out there too. Whoa, you got the Wii U, huh? That's one system that I never had. I know Bobby had one. There was a game, I don't remember what it was called. Maybe it was just Z. It was like a zombie game of sorts that I really was curious about. And I like almost bought one to play that game. But I had sort of a love-hate relationship with my Wii. That sounds funny. Giggity. And so I was hesitant to spend money on another Nintendo system at that time. Spider Dino, what up? Zen Plays, what up? Man, I know there's like... Come on! Where's the... There we go. I was gonna say, I know this has got to be, like, done, bro. So much junk. So much filth. Dude's out there, too, bro! Uh-oh, he might have heard me talking about him. This could be us. That's all I'm saying. This could be us. What up, dude? What Spider says, I just want to say thanks for the... Hey, appreciate that. Thanks for saying the kind words, coming by and all that. Means a lot that just, you know, watching and supporting us is always helpful, but taking your time to come say hey and all that, it's a nice extra added step, and I appreciate that. Happy to help. I'm hoping to do some more help in the future. Now, for those of you who are not like average stream viewers and have not heard me tell the story a gajillion times, I got some news for you. For those of you who have frequented the streams and heard this, I apologize that you get to hear it again. You know, we've tried to do guides for other games over the years, you know, like things like Uncharted, The Last of Us, like big AAA games, some exclusive to the PlayStation, some exclusive to Xbox. You know, we've tried various methods, trying to follow our Lego methods, you know, as best as we can. And you know, same principles of like using the least amount of time and money and in-game money or real money to buy and accomplish things. And sadly, we just don't get tracked the same if it's not Lego. Like The Last of Us 2, that's one of my, like, if you were to ask me what's the most rewarding series you've ever done, I would probably say The Last of Us Part 2, because it was not only a really interesting, fun, wild ride of a story and game, but like overall, like it was tough to document, but we did a pretty good job. And when I say we, I worked on it with my son, so I got to spend a ton of time with him doing something we both loved and sort of teaching him the family business, if you will. But sadly, like, a lot of those videos have very minimal views. And I know that's a terrible way to sort of judge a product, but that's, I mean, that's what our product is creating these guides. And like, I mean, days, weeks, months went into making that series. You know, most of those videos took 3-4 hours to scout and record and then get the footage over and then edit. And then it took longer to edit and quick link. And I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, so we sort of stepped away from guides that aren't Lego just because it just was so much time and effort. And I mean, sometimes we were getting 300-400 views. I mean, we get 300-400 views on streams, no problem. So, like, it just, you know, time-wise and effort, it just seemed like, you know, people were equally interested in streams as they were some of those guides that weren't Lego. So we sort of just stuck with the streams. But we know there's the Funko Multiverse or Funko, whatever it's called, game coming out. I always forget the name, but that game looks awesome. I have not really spoke to Tyler P to see if he's going to be interested in writing the guide for it. But if not, you know, I've got Dougie as a potential backup, and, you know, Kirsten's been in training too. So we've got definitely some options there, but we hope to do some videos for that, or at least I hope to. Beyond that, we've got word and believe that TT Games is working on some stuff too, and if they ever release a Lego game, we will always cover it. So we look forward to that too, but with no announcement of anything other than we know they're hiring for a project they're working on, and it seems to be a Lego project. So that has not 100% been confirmed, but I mean, they're working on a giant IP, and I mean, we're pretty sure, right? Like, nothing's been announced, so you gotta always be ready for anything. But I don't think they've made any other kind of game in forever, maybe ever. So hopefully soon. There's also that Lego 2K Goal, the soccer/football game that's supposedly in development. But I I mean, we've been hearing about that for, what, 2 years almost now? A year and a half? And there's really been nothing for sure. A couple of leaked listings on, like, Amazon somewhere else, not even like the main Amazon site, like, but like a small, and whether that was ever confirmed to be a legit listing or just a fake. So I don't know, like, but we hope to get to some more guides at some point soon. And if you don't have our YouTube playlist cheat sheet bookmarked, let me know and I'll get a link up there too. No, Beardless Gurg, no! It's blasphemy. I actually got a pretty good trim. I don't know if you noticed. I'm a little bit shorter on top than I was yesterday when we saw each other. I also got a little bit of a bird trimming too. I didn't really authorize the beard trim. It just sort of happened. But you know, hey, I said clean me up. I got cleaned up. Just it wasn't exactly how I envisioned it. It's all good though. Happy with the result. Well, living with the result. So there's supposed to be 5 new levels. It's my understanding that it's been sort of told to me that the first 4 are really short and easy. Now, obviously I did some chatting before I even started splatting, but we've been at it for at least 25-30 minutes now, and I mean, I'm not even halfway done with this guy. So the other ones must be like short, like little motorcycles or something that take like 2 minutes. We'll find out soon enough, I guess. But like I said, the goal is to not have this stream go long, but maybe short, so I can, because I mean, from the sounds of it, it was like the last level was supposed to take like 3 hours. And if that's the case, then we might be in trouble. Might be a really short stream today. I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out. And if we're to break, if we're not even to break yet, like let's say I get this done and I get the other 3 done before we're even at break time, I'll probably just do it all today and then just start taxi next week. But I just wasn't trying to have a 6 or a 7 hour stream if possible. And knowing I tend to be a little slower than those guides, it seemed like breaking it up might be the smart move. But, I mean, all of a sudden, we're making light work out of a lot of this, so... Yeah. We're getting pretty deep into The Expanse. I don't know if anybody's watched that show or not, but it's been recommended to me forever. And back when Reese and I used to get loot crates way back, that's like 6, 7, 8 years ago at least, a couple of them had Expanse stuff in it. We didn't really know what it was. One was the Racianate. It was like a little ship that you could, it's like a little figurine ship thing. And I think it's a pretty cool looking ship, especially the little figurine. I'm pretty sure Reese put it on like he has like a display in his room. All sorts of cool, like, techie stuff, and I think that made it on there. But now we're watching the show, we actually know the ship now, so it's kind of cool. Curious to see where it goes. We're about 2/3 of the way through season 2, so am I bald? No. I mean, technically at the moment I am, because my wife shaved my head, but I genuinely I am not bald. I'm not even thinning or losing any. I just my wife's on this bald kick lately, so I dig it. It benefits me. Let's just put it that way. It is a little cold though. I will say it's a little crispy. This hairstyle hits different in the winter. You out of here, Teflon? Dead Rising series, I think, is the best zombie game series. You know, Dead Rising is really good. I really would. I don't know. I'd struggle to say Dead Rising or I don't know. It's a really good one. I enjoy it. That's one of my favorites too. I don't know though. It's tough. That's tough. The Dead Islands are pretty good. I don't know if you've ever played the other sort of offshoot of Dead Island. It's oh no, I just brain farted. What's the name of it? It's the parkour one. Same developer. Deadlight? Deadlight? No. What the crap? Why can't I think of the name of the game? Dying Light. There we go. Nailed it. First try. That's a pretty fun one, too. Pretty good. Pretty solid story. Dead Rising, I struggled to platinum due to some game-breaking glitches, which I don't really have bad luck with that kind of stuff. But 2 playthroughs in a row, I played it and got hosed on both of them. We talked about maybe pulling it out and trying to give it another go, which we might. You might have to take like a Thursday or something off, Teflon, so you can come join us. But in order to do so, you'll have to pass a Fortnite Noodle Challenge to qualify. He must have already left. Beardless Gerg? No! Listen, Toot and I will mute you. And I'm pretty sure Kirsten will too. But the BBA will not support it, bro. What is the BBA, you ask? The Beard Bros Allegiance? Hello? If you had to ask that, you probably don't really have your license to beard. I mean, yeah, see, Toot has the power. Exactly. Ed Zachary. Can I get a ding? It's probably on the other side, eh? No, it's like it's good, but it's... I don't think this is attached to it, but maybe. Back in the day, bust down closed door. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you know, I've... Historically, I've had the same haircut for probably 20 years. So when my wife had an opportunity to switch it up, and like it's not very much different than my other one, but it does look a little different on me. So I used to have a little bit of a 2-stage bowl cut kind of a thing, and I no longer have that. I'm just bald. Do we have to clean this whole room we're in? Does this whole room get, like, splattered? Kept it for, like, 10 years. That's kind of where I was at, too. I just don't like maintenance, right? When I was young, listen, when I was, like, 14, 15 years old, actually 14 to, like, 18... I had very different priorities than I do now. And, you know, hairstyles, perfume, or colognes, not perfumes. You know, I was really into that stuff. I was doing like 200 sit-ups and push-ups a day, and like, I just like very much into my image and put a lot of time and effort into it. And then I hit like 20 and was like, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, let's just focus on other things. And then Reese came along, And it was like, yeah, I don't want to spend any time doing that. I'd rather focus on doing the things that impact versus, you know, I mean, nobody really cares what my hair looks like. I mean, some people might laugh at it or whatever, but I mean, there's some pretty different cracks. I'm telling you, those other levels have to be absolutely short. Or the guide writers that are writing these guides have zero idea of how long it's really taking them. Because I've seen two different ones. One said 5 hours, one said 6. And I think somebody else told me verbally, and it may have been the same guide that I saw, that it said 6. And 6 is too long for one stream for me. I mean, I could do it, but rather not. That'd be like 4 bathroom breaks. When I get this done, I need to go do something real quick too. I'm still a ways out from that, so we'll get to that in a minute. Born to be wild. Born to be raised. The last one. Ooh, today's a row day. I ain't even mad about it. I've been enjoying it. I've been watching, you know, episodes of TV when I do it. And I've been, you know, slowly getting a little bit better on all my distance and times. Like, I've been pretty impressed that I've been hitting 5,000 meters. And then I've been doing it in like 23 and a half, 24 minutes. I don't think I've ever hit 24, but like really close to it. And the other day I did it in 22 and 5 seconds. And I wasn't even like going hard. In fact, I thought I was going easy. I thought I was going to be behind. But it's crazy. 5,000 meters, you know, in 22 minutes. And I'm sure that's like still puny human stuff, but for me, oh man, that's amazing. And I'll see how I do today. So far, every day I've gotten a little bit further or a little bit better time. Just, even if it's just like a minor improvement. But I've yet to like fall back. I've yet to take a day off. I've yet to do anything. And I have like I think today might be my 17-week streak. Like, that's crazy, y'all. Brian is only partially lazy now. So like this year when I go to like Volkswagen shows and like we go to Silver Creek Falls, which is a really cool nature walk that we have here. When we do it, I won't like be dying at the end. Like last year we went and I made it, but I mean I was like huffing and puffing. And my friends that were with us, they ride Pelotons and stuff, so they were much better shape than we were at the time. So hopefully this year will be a little bit gooder. But we plan on doing some of that stuff soon. The weather's going to start breaking, and we'll have our kayaks out again. Like, we're stoked to go kayaking. Like, our upper body strength is like so different than it was last year. I'm going to really be able to leave the wife in the behind now. One day we were at one of the places we go to quite often, and there was a husband and a wife that dipped in, and the husband just took off and left the wife. Like, I'm sure it's a pre-discussed agreement where the wife's like, yeah, you do your thing, I'll do mine. But like the wife and I try to stick together, and although like we're not always expecting to be at the same pace or whatever, we kind of go in different increments or different intervals. Some days she's like way motivated to go and do a bunch of stuff, and some days I'm, you know, I'm the one that's like, woohoo! But we're excited though. We're excited. Let's see here. Going cruising, yes. Yeah, we'll be doing a few of those long-term cruises. I'm trying to talk Tude into flying out here for one of the 2 main Volkswagen shows that we go to. He's not even like a Volkswagen dude, so it's not like anything special for him, but it's just like a cool event during the summer. There's one that he already has the date for. I did get the date for the other one, Pacific Waterland. Pacific Waterland is the one that I showed my car in, not last year, but the year before, and won 2nd place. Last year I just opted not to show. I wasn't trying to clean and do all that again. This year I was gonna just play my new Golf R, but I haven't got it yet, so I doubt I'll have it by then. But wife and I got a pretty sweet plan, and I mean mathematically it might work out. It might. Just depends on a few other factors too, like, you know, how some of my side biz goes. If the whole Liquid Loud thing continues to go, and like I end up, you know, profiting from some of my adventure. I mean, I'm getting hooked up now. I'm getting paid for my time now, but like, it's small, individual, tiny projects versus like a salary or something bigger. And I don't know if that'll ever happen. I mean, there is kind of some hurdles to that, but at the same time, nothing I don't think we can get over. And as it sits, the product is apparently like sought after. People want it. And he's like the only one transporting and selling and doing anything. And he's only doing it in like one part of his town that he lives in. I'm like, bruh. So we got some projects we're working on now. Once these are done, I will likely try to get my hands on some of the product to go sell locally. And if I can get that kind of money, then I'll have my Golf R by Pacific Waterlands. But I probably won't have it until, it'll likely be like this time next year. I mean, if I'm being real with myself. It's not what I want to hear. I've been searching for over a year already, and I had the green light, but now we're going a different direction, so it'll likely mean that we'll be able to get the wife her Tesla right about the same time, too, if things all line up. Because she's back on the Tesla train now. I don't know if I told you that or not. She really wanted that RAV4 for like 10 minutes, and now she's back on, I want a Tesla. And Reese is potentially getting a new car too, but I don't know how that's going to work out. If he does get his own car versus using one of ours, then we're going to probably sell the other 2 cars that we have and then get the wife a Tesla. I mean, we could do pretty well with that purchase. Turning 2 cars into one. We'll see. How much coffees did I have this morning? You asked some really weird questions. I don't even drink coffee, so 0. And golfing skills? Are you talking to me? I confused on why we're talking about golf. Did I forget that we had a discussion about golf? I don't even play digital golf. I've thought about it. I thought about playing Tiger Woods because Teflon's always in my ear about it. Do it now! Right? Yeah, but there's no Shreddy Ready, bro. They don't have it. I guess, what's this one? Spinning 0-degree nozzle. I haven't tried this one yet. This is that weird one. I don't know if I can handle the weird sound. It's probably better than the yellow as far as removal. But, I mean, you can see it is leaving some behind because it's not... Whew, 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 whew. It sounds like a cheap laser gun or something. I feel like this has a wider span than that circular pattern, and it's probably not much pressure difference. I mean, there is, but yeah, listening to music would be my preferred choice too, if I'm being honest. But streaming the music would be a copyright infraction, so I am not able to do that for the streams. Now there is copyright-free music, but it's usually not stuff most people. Well, like there's certain genres that I even like wouldn't mind, but like. We know Brian D doesn't like that kind of music, so... Otherwise, I'd be bumping that soundtrack all the time. And that's not just Brian D. I mean, just everybody's got their own preference of music, so... you know, there's always going to be somebody that loves or hates whatever it is I play, so... No music it is! But yeah, I would definitely prefer to listen to Spotify. That was something that I forgot that you could even do, is have Spotify playing while gaming on the console, because I have to turn HDCP off to stream because it blocks all of the video content if you try to play something that is, you know, like... So the HDCP will protect Netflix and Hulu and things like that from being directly streamed through the console. Now I can get around it because I don't use the streaming software of the console, so the console doesn't know that it's being streamed right now. But that still doesn't change the fact that YouTube would find the copyright and strike me for it, so just not worth it. Definitely benefits to not streaming sometimes. Yeah. Where there's a lot of downward angle-age that I need to get up there. Right, let's finish up all this bottom stuff, though. We're at 80%. Yowza. It's already an hour into stream. Let's go. Time flies when you're having fun. You're going with your going to eat lunch? Alright, well. I could have done much better without hearing the reference to food, but I suppose I forgive you. It's a funny angle. Can I get a ding? Must be some right on top that's like a thick piece or something. Because I'm not seeing no more. Oh, I guess the whole track, right? Never mind, it's the whole track. Yakety yak, watch that track. Okay. This track's getting closer. Closer. Gonna have to move that little step ladder behind me. Whoa! Oh, yeah, look at that. Probably don't even need to clean up all this little stuff. Just get the bigs. Can I get a ding? Thank you. Ooh. Ooh. Look how dierte these are. So, you guys missed Pacific Drive? I need to pick up that game and play it off stream when there's like no eyes or pressure, or, you know, maybe do a little research and discover how to like properly get back from those areas. I mean, I'm gonna be really pissed if it was really something as simple as like in the options there was that one choice. It was like abandoned mission or something like that. Like, to me, that sounds like a failure. And I don't know if you get to keep your stuff or whatever, right? Like, to me, abandoned mission could be a bad thing as far as keeping your gear and all of that versus completing the mission, which I was never really clear on how to do it. I did it that first one, which it required me to grab those 2 arc balls, those yellow glowing orbs, and I had to move them to a location, but I couldn't put them in my car. There was no way to attach them to my car, and every second I held it, it did damage to me because of radiation. So I wasn't sure I was even doing it right, but I managed to get those 2 balls to the location that it marked on the map, and then it worked. But the second time, it never had a location on the map, so I couldn't figure out where I needed to take the orbs, if that was even what I needed to do. And then after I died, those, 2 or 3 times, and I lost all my gear, and I didn't even have enough stuff to repair my car to leave again, which made me feel like I needed to start my game over, and I was not trying to do that. I mean, it's one thing if I knew what, like, maybe there was a way I could have got my gear back, or I could have, maybe the garbage can would have given me a bunch of items or something. I don't know, but, like, I couldn't figure it out, and nobody had any info to help, so I just was like, I'm over it. But, I mean, there may be, that I would, like, last week, or the first week, was really confused for the first hour, and then I sort of found a groove, and it was actually kind of cool. So I was hoping to continue that, but then I hit that other wall, and it was just over. You know, and I'm not really a survival gamer to begin with, so that was a kind of a risk I took when I played that. But, you know, who knows? Likely a me thing. I swear I've cleaned these multiple times. Likely a me thing. Hey, what up, Claire? Welcome to the stream. Happy Monday. We're just trying to keep it mostly clean around here on this lovely Monday. Jump around. Jump around. Jump up, and get down. Oh man, why we're not made it through some of the way. Hey, awesome. Glad we could help out. Glad we could help out. What, are you currently working on a Lego game? If so, which one is it? I'm always curious. Right now, the analytics show that there is a big surge in it's Marvel superheroes. And I don't know if there was like a sale on Steam or like a Humble Bundle or something that has caused this uptick in Marvel watching. Often it's Lego Harry Potter. That's usually the most dominant one as far as month to months goes. But, you know, all time, Lego Batman 2 probably has the most views. But that's only because it's like the longest one. I mean, that's been up that was the first Lego guide we did. So that was like 12 years ago, which is crazy. Some of you were not making your own decisions 12 years ago. So, yeah, some of you were probably a bit younger. And some of you were in your 30s or 40s like me. So what I love about our community is that there's, you know, such a diverse group of like age, location, everything, right? It's awesome. We've done good. All right, I'm gonna get up on the tippy tuppa. It's 98. Oh, wrong button. Wrong button. Wrong button. I still wish, as a requested feature, like, you guys probably know this, but like, the trigger is go, but if you tap left on the D-pad, it locks it in, and then I don't have to hold my finger to keep it going. However, when you press right on the D-pad, it shows you where the dirt is. But I wish you could like press and hold it and have it stay on, right? Because I'm constantly tapping with that thumb to keep it going, right? Which I'm pretty capable of doing, but it's like, it'd be a cool quality of life improvement, as they say. It does take hours. You want to see something funny? You want to talk about hours? How shameful is it that I have 79 of them clocked on the PS5 version? I don't think I've played any of the PS4 version. Nah. But I do have a bunch of time logged on the Xbox version as well. So I've probably got 125 to 150 hours playing this game logged, which is crazy, but I love it. Like, I'm always excited to get new DLC. Like, it's just one of those games that intrigues people too, so it does decently with viewers. And you know, even last week we had a vote, and it was like, do you want me to continue trying to figure out this new game that just came out, Pacific Drive, or do you want me to switch back to DLC for PowerWash? And everyone voted, well, not everyone, but the majority voted DLC. It was like 77 to 23% or something like that. So tell me how you really feel. So yeah, I mean, it's just a very likable game. I find Lawn Mowing Sim very peaceful too. I played a lot of that as well, and I did the same thing. It was out on Xbox first, so I played it there first, and then it moved over to PlayStation, and I immediately bought it and replayed the whole thing again. Was not able to platinum it due to a couple of the last challenges requiring a lot of like quick turns and spins, and I found myself getting motion sick. So I have not played that game since then. But I very much enjoyed it. I as much as I can't play it moving forward, I do have a great appreciation for it. I also spent my like 15, 16, 17, and part of my 18-year-old years living on a sort of a small farm. You know, a couple. I say small, I mean small. It was a couple acres is all, nothing huge, but. Ultimately, I used to mow those lawns on riding lawnmowers, so, you know, I've got a lot of experience. Plus, I also worked for a landscape company out of high school, well, during high school and out after high school for about a year. So I've got lots of experience, and I don't know, for some reason, I like it. All right, so I've got 99%. Let's see if we can find the last. There we go. A couple of spots here. I know I can mark it. I know I can mark it. Don't worry. So this big guy over here. It's a little spot right there. I got it. Okay. Oh, I see you. Look at that cheekiness. Ha ha ha. Uh-huh. I seen it. Oh, got you. Wah, wah, wah. Oh. Come on, there's like these little tiny bits over here. Ah. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Go back to the cylinder thing. Uh-oh. Hey, what up, Jake? Oh, there's some more right there. The cylinder thing. Could you be a little more specific? There's quite a few cylinder things. There's probably one that makes more sense than the others, but gotta get that top-down angle going. Come on. You can do it. It's all up to you. Okay. Gotta spray this stuff away. So, let's see. Alright, well, I mean, we could probably eventually find all of the spots. But let's go ahead and look at what we got. Rear armor. Oh, right there. Okay. So there's got to be some like weird underbelly or something. Ah, there it is. Anything else? Ooh. More down here. It's like such a funny angle. Yeah, let's go. It'd be cool if I could climb up those steps, but nah. So let's get back up on the front. It says hatches, huh? Alright, try that again. Let's try that again. I don't know why I can't stick this jump. There we go. Ow! Okay. Track armor hatch. Well, I mean, that's got to be the hatch. No, that's the cupola. Track armor, track armor, track armor. Track armor hatch. Huh? I mean, track armor hatch, top armor. There's only like... Maybe this is the hatch in the back? Toe ring. Oh, and it's like done too. No. Which way do I go? Which way do I go? Maybe it's on the side. The other side over here. Yeah! Alright. Come on. Oh, that's right there. I swear I already got all that stuff, but apparently not. Alright, let's get out on that gun. And then I should be able to get it done. Booyakashow! Alright. Nailed it. What is pools? Pools is landing. Oh, that does not look fun. It looks like back rooms, but not. It says immersive art gallery-like experience with emphasis on observation and sound. Maze-like environments, challenge navigation skills. Interesting. Probably not for me. I mean, I like a good scary game. Y'all know that. Playing in the dark's one of my favorite things to do with y'all, but... What's up, Tomasi? Tamara. That's good job. Thank you. Gamer dude, if you need help, Claire, please let me know. What's Claire need help with? All right. Redemptor Dreadnought. All right, let's go see what the trophy is. Because there's going to be one for completing the mission, but also one for a task during the mission. Likely something like do it first or do it last. Completely clean the Redemptor Dreadnought using only the yellow nozzle. I can do it. It's all up to me. Totally easy. Yellow's my preferred one anyways. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Oh, come on now. Clearly some bot talking happening. Anybody on Discord have bots yet? Like actual bot accounts trying to talk to you? Hey, I'll be right back, guys. Sorry about that. Reese has class today, but it's confusing. So I had to go clarify what the crap was going on. And then when I got down there, he just got an email from one of his professors and some sort of confusion because Reese is in a computer science program. And his teacher told him, hey, we're fine with you doing all this, and it's great you're learning this, but if you really want to be a coder, you should be in a computer science program. Reese is like, I am? I am? All right, so only the yellow nozzle. Off to dinner. Thought I'd probably... Hey, appreciate that, Claire. Enjoy your dinner. And, you know, always be aware. We're happy to help. If you have any questions or anything like that, dip into the streams or send me a message on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. We're happy to help. Usually commenting on the YouTube video that you're struggling with is the best. But we also have, if you haven't been to HappyThumbsGaming.com, we actually, up at the top, we have a link that'll take you to all of our YouTube Lego playlists. So if you're looking for, hey, did he do Lego Worlds? Or, hey, we just got Jurassic Park for PlayStation Plus Ultimate. I wonder if he has guides for those. They're all there in alphabetical order, easy to find. And keep in mind, we always have the HTG at the end, so you can always put like Lego Jurassic World or Lego Incredibles HTG, and it should pop up. But sometimes you have to navigate through our channel and through different things. So having that quick cheat sheet is probably the best way to do it. Now look at this. This is insane. I told you there's going to be some short ones, some nom ones. Lego City Undercover is another huge one. We got lots of videos for that. I think the most videos ever, though, goes to Lego Skywalker Saga. I think there's like 100 and... I don't even remember how many. Way too many. Way too many. But, you know, fun game. Very much enjoyed making those videos. It just took a long time. We took our time with it, too. We didn't pace ourselves. We didn't wear ourselves out. You know, and I think... I want to say there's 183 videos. I don't know why that number stands out. Maybe because that is the number. But, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, too. But 138. That's ridiculous. 183. 38, something like that. One of the two. Appreciate the compliments there, Tomorrow. It's always good to hear. Yeah, when you have a good guide writer helping you figure out all this stuff, answering questions for you, it's always makes it easier. I hate how I keep bumping into that. That was happening the last time, too. It's like, just leave me alone already. I don't want it so close to the project. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm a little uncomfortable at the moment. I'm just going to pretend like this is a shoulder or some other sort of junction. Feel like I'm a walking bidet right now. It's not how I envisioned my day going. Not at all. Oh yeah, thank you, Raised. Raised even posted that, so if you couldn't remember or didn't hear or wasn't sure where to go for that Lego YouTube playlist, boom! Link in the chat right now, thanks to our mod Raised. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, dong. That was not planned. I was just trying to stand up, and usually jump is the quickest way to do that, but... Oh, boy. Little Rameth there, huh? Yes, I'm curious to see. I mean, I don't know how I feel about having, like, a whole bunch of Streamlabs gear, right? Like, I think it was 2 t-shirts, a hat, a hooded sweatshirt, and I think a zip hooded sweatshirt too? I can't even remember how many things I claimed. It was just like, boop, 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 sweet, sweet, sweet. I may give it all away. I don't know. Sort of makes me feel better about the money I spent, right? Like, I had no idea that was even a thing. Sort of like all of a sudden get multiple t-shirts and stuff. Like, you know, I'm sort of a merch hoarder. Some might call it a horror. That was an interesting conversation yesterday. I think I upset a couple people. Not because of anything other than, like, they just realized what they thought it was not. It might have been a little bit much for some. Might not have rumpled any feathers either. I'm not sure, but definitely an interesting, interesting topic. Let's see, PowerWash Simulator suggests Chivo guides. I don't think I've ever heard of Chivo guides. I don't really need guides for PowerWash. I've played it so much, I pretty much know. I mean, other than the DLC stuff, you know, and this stuff's pretty obvious, like use the yellow nozzle. I don't really need any help for that. Yeah, and historically, they usually use the Gurg. Hey, Gurg, how do I do this? And he tells me. Or Kirsten. One of the two. And often I think when I say, hey, Kirsten, how do I do? I think she asks Gurg. Gurg almighty. Finish the tank. I did, yep. Is the tank the big one? I still haven't gotten any confirmation of that yet. Somebody said it's really long, but I don't. That doesn't clarify if the tank is the longest or not. Let's see here. I do not. You do not ask her. She's like, nuh-uh. You got me messed up, bro. So, doesn't mean much to me, but for sake of conversation and including others, how's spring training going for everybody? Because that's like a thing that's happening right now, right? Like, I think games are even being played to an extent, yeah? As most of you know, I don't follow the baseball much. I am definitely a basketball aficionado, but I don't spend much time watching any other sports, really. So I'm just curious, how's spring training going? There's some hard to reach places down there. Oof. Oof. Hey, you know what? I just realized something. Hold on a second. I have to do a quick fact check before I say anything. Hold on now. Okay. Okay. I was wrong. I'm glad I fact checked it before I said anything. Bigfoot! All right, let's see here. If I don't chat that much, I'm jumping on the same while I'm doing music. It's all good. There's just so everyone's clear, there's like zero expectation to be constantly chatting. You're welcome to, but like we're not gonna like worry about your your existence if you've taken a little bit of a break from the chatting. Now sometimes I pick on Kirsten because like I'll ask a question and she won't hear it, and then I'll be like, "Where were you?" or something. Yeah, but like that's because of a previous agreement. I just realized my TV's still on. What the crap's that doing? But yeah, all right, 88% already. Eesh. Dodgers are kicking butt. Hey, that's good, bro. That's good. It's kind of what I was hoping to hear. I know Kirsten's got a favorite team or two as well, so I was kind of curious. I honestly don't know. It's not a loaded question. I'm not. It's not like, you know, like I know how Bobby's team's doing in basketball, and I'm not like, how's your team doing, Bobby? Knowing that, you know, although they're winning some games, they're struggling to be the powerhouse team that they thought they were going to be. And sadly, they're going to have some really tough decisions coming up. So that would have been a loaded question had I asked Bobby that about his Phoenix Suns. But we're not talking basketball. We're talking baseball, which I know very little about. Much like Warhammer 40K. Spring training doesn't mean anything, so I don't follow it close. I mean, it doesn't mean anything for... So let me ask you this, too. Is spring training a time that they usually play their younger players more so than the players who are expected to play? Like, let's say you have, like, a star first baseman. Does the star first baseman play in spring training? Or does he sit out and they, like, try to test the waters to see who's, you know, who they got as maybe a potential backup, or, you know, what they got in other positions to trade, or what they need? Because, like, that's kind of how basketball is. Summer league, only the rookies play. So, like, you don't see any veterans that are more than 2 years in the league playing. It's only brand new players that are in their second year. Every once in a while, you see, like, a third-year guy, but that's pretty rare. And even rarer, like, some people come out of retirement or maybe just didn't have a place in the league for a while, and they're trying to get back in the league. Sometimes you see those types of, but those are very rare. For the most part, it's like the rookies in spring and summer league, which is kind of what I would see spring training as. But then there's preseason as well. And in preseason, only like 1 or 2 games do you see like the main players really play. And it's usually like the last 2 games, if even. And it's because they're testing the waters. They want to see what their bench looks like, or how their second and third option players are going to be. And they also don't want their best players to get hurt. So I know baseball, I know this really upsets people when I say this. Baseball is not nearly as an athletic or dangerous sport. There's not as many collisions or, you know, person-to-person contact. Obviously, there's sliding into bases. There's the occasional 2 outfielders run into each other, or you know, but those are not necessarily play for play, right? Like basketball, you're constantly grinding and pushing it. Football, you're constantly getting tackled and your head's getting smashed. Like, so the injury, although still possible, not as likely in baseball, right? I mean, a pitcher could throw out his arm, or any kind of anybody could throw out their arm, I guess. But I mean, those guys are trained and big, strong, and I don't, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know. I'm genuinely asking. Excuse me. See, I told you. I knew I was going to upset people. Well, and I mentioned that. I did very much make mention of 2 outfielders colliding into each other. Is that something that happens often? I mean, I don't watch baseball. If it does, I feel like there should be some more situational awareness happening. Back when I used to play baseball, there was this thing called "I got it" that you would say, and that deemed the ball yours, and everybody had to back off. I would think at a professional level they would have some sort of keyword or something that would make it, but yes, and yeah, but that's a freak accident. A nasty pitch to his face is a freak accident. That's not something that happens every game. My point was the contact in football, the contact in soccer, rugby, basketball. I mean, you're constantly colliding and crashing in and banging and elbowing and punching and tackling, and you know what I mean? So like, it's very different. I mean, yes, bases get stolen, people slide in, there's an occasional collision at home plate. Like, I've watched enough baseball that I know that, but on a day-to-day basis, how often do injuries happen to collision or that kind of stuff, right? Like, you can always get injured. I could get injured taking the trash out. I mean, there's always that possibility. But I feel like the probability of injury while playing baseball is much less than the probability of injury while playing football or basketball. And yes, they do have to train. They do have to do stuff, which makes makes me feel like those arms and muscles and leggies are all in pretty good shape, right? Or should be. I don't know how people train. I know that in the 80s, like people in basketball, they didn't train. They were drinking beer and smoking cigars and wine and champagne and, you know, probably some other, you know, fun stuff too that's not good for you. And now it's like the league is so different now. Like nobody does any of that stuff. Like, I mean, there's an occasional glass of wine or something from some of them, but like most of them are pretty much drug-free, alcohol-free, working out every day. Like, and so, I mean, the training, everything's different now, right? Like taking care of your body is a huge factor for athletes now where it wasn't back then. So I just feel like, you know, less likely. I mean, but again, I don't watch it, so I don't know. Hit by pitch happens frequently. Yeah, those are intentional, though. Like, oh, he gonna give me the big eyes while I'm pitching to him? Take this, pow! Right? Whoa! That's weird. Yeah, you know, I wish Nam was here. Nam's like really good at like instantly finding like statistical data. Like I don't know if he has like a site he goes to or what, but like based on like possession or injuries or all sorts of different things. And he may just Google some random term and find some evidence of it, whatever. But I'd be curious, like how many players get injured in baseball per year on average? Like I really have no idea. And you know, like basketball this year has been an absolute ridiculous. Like almost every team has been hit with multiple injuries. Some teams have been decimated with injury. Portland is one of them. Memphis is another one. San Antonio's had their struggles too. Like, and then Detroit has had major issues with that. But I mean, they ran a stat the other night in a game and it said Memphis had like, I don't remember. Memphis had caught up to Portland and passed them in injury. I don't remember how they tracked the stat name. It's like losses based on injury or no, based on player. I don't remember exactly what the term is, but it was crazy. Portland had led the league most of the season with that, but eventually Memphis caught up because they had even more players get hurt. Portland's sort of gotten some of their players back, although some of them have been out the whole season too, so it's never fun losing players to injury. But back to the original question. Do the actual players play in spring training, or is it more of like, and you may have answered that similar, but the vets do play too. Okay, so I did see that. Spring training does not mean anything. I like my Rockies. Chance, I'm shocked to hear Mookie Betts is going to shortstop. Mookie Betts? I feel like Mookie Betts was playing when I collected cards. That was like 25 years ago. Like, maybe there's another name similar that I'm thinking. All right, trying to find. Oof. Like I said, I'm sure I can easily find it by using the tracker, but I like to find it on my own. I like to try and get to the last three, you know, like because right now we got more than 4 items that need to be cleanest. Not seeing any flash though. I am spamming this flash button, by the way, just in case you were wondering. Those candles are distracting too. Aha! The knees. Okay. Oh, and the groin again, the undercarriage. It'd be really funny if he was like the Pillsbury Doughboy, you know, like you poke him in the belly and you spray him in the undercarriage. Mildly inappropriate, but at the same time, funny, right? Like, oh, ding! All right. Okay, so we got Redemption Fist Finger 2. So that's going to be, yeah. Dang. Redemption armor. So outside. Okay, yeah. There we go. Front body armor hinges. Front body armor hinges. I'm trying to see if it's like the undercarriage or... Oh, Blinker Show! Eternal Service, which was complete the Redemption Dreadnought job. And can I get another bling? Yes, Degrees of Redemption, which was for using only the yellow nozzle. All right, let's go ahead and check it out. All right. So we've got a tank here. So that was 2 down. So we have, technically, we have 3 more. So we've got the tank, which looks really tiny. Injury after injury. That's not good. So you guys have like backup players that you can pull. Is that what, like, how the minor leagues come into play too? Like, when somebody gets thrown on the injured list, you have the ability to maybe pull up some of those players. Is that right? Very similar to the hoop, the basketball hoop. All right. The Rogel Dorn Battle Tank. So, is the Imperial Knight Paladin job big or small? And is the Thunderhawk job? Let's see. I just want to see images of it, man. So it's a giant ship, and it's big. Did you hear Clayton is out of the All-Star game? Has anybody played this DLC? Can they confirm Thunderhawk job is huge? It's almost break time. What's going on in here? And this is a really interesting layer. So I've got a real question. We see lots of movies, shows, video games, and they have like this ominous, kind of scary ambience of candles lit to make your lights. I mean, obviously there's some other lighting in here too to make it bright in here. But I mean, like, in these situations, what kind of candle budget do these fools have? Like, think about it. Look how many candles. I mean, look over there. Look how many candles over there. Look how many there. Huh? Who lights and stocks all these things? Is that what's in the box? More candles? Is that kerosene or lighter fluid to keep them all going? Like, think about it. That's a lot of candles. I always wonder that. Can I do anything? Oh. That's weird. I've got weird looking extensions. I never did look to see what the tank job trophy is. Complete the tilt shield and tilt shield purity seals. Okay. Tilt shield. I guess we should mark those, huh? Tilt shield. Main turret. Like, things are not fully in alphabetical order here. Am I just missing it again? Tilt shield. Tilt shield. Tilt shield. Like, did I read that wrong? Oh. Giggity? Like, I don't know. Track armor, trucks with. Let's see here. Let me do this again. Maybe I read the wrong one. So we're on the Rogel Dorn tank job, right? The next one here would be. Oh, that is in the Paladin. Okay, so there we go. Complete the stowed shovel first. They pulled a switcheroo on me there. All right, so stowed shovel. That's what it was, right? Right? Now I'm second guessing myself again. Come on, Brian. Stowed shovel. All right. Well, all right. Let's go see if I can find it. Yee-hee-hee-hee. Yee-hee-hee-hee. Warhammer based on the little figures? I mean, I think the little figures are based on Warhammer, but yes. The series has been around for a long time. I know very little about it, though, so I won't be able to really confirm any knowledge-based stuff. Stowed shovel. Can I get a ding that leads to a bling? Booyaka show, Astra, something, something. All right, hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and use this time to take the BRB. So as per usual, I'm gonna step away for roughly 5 minutes, drain the tank, grab a drink, check on the dog, make sure Reese is doing all right and all that, and I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. So feel free to do the same, and we'll be right back. All right, what's up? Welcome back. Looks like Nicholas Lemaster was gifted a membership by yours truly. Hopefully Nick is aware of that and gets to enjoy the perks for the free month. I also did my flex, bumping Teflon down, so right now I encourage anybody else that has a flex to go ahead and let it rip. If you don't know how to do it, basically if you are a member, once a month, depending on when you do it, it'll be different for everybody. You do get the option to display or celebrate your milestones or your membership time. So for my secondary account, Inadub, it's 15 months I've been a member. So basically I've been giving memberships away for 15 months is what that means, because that account's been around for way longer than HTG, but it's been gifting, because HTG account won't let me, like, because it's a brand type account, it won't let me do the gifting. And I don't understand why, but that's part of it. So if I switch, I can transfer my account over, but I lose the ability to do certain things, and it might muck up like my AdSense and some other stuff too. So I just don't mess with it. Click the join button. Should be available whatever screen you're watching. It depends on if you're a browser or app, it'll be in a different location, but right from the main HTG page, there should be a join button. It does cost 99 cents a month, and up to you how long you want to keep it or if you want to do it. But we also do have a lot of donations that happen. So a large portion of our membership base right now is actually thanks to very generous members who have donated. You know, Teflon comes to mind, Hoosier, Raised, myself. I've been pretty active with that lately. I try to do one member or more per stream, and just kind of depends on how things are going or whatever. So you're on your iPad, but you don't see it. Oh, Dragon Girl gifted a membership. Gamer dude, you might get lucky. Hold on. Wolfie King. All right. It is totally random. That should be noted too. So unfortunately, I can't go, hey, gamer dude, let me give you one. The system is fully randomized. So it usually is based on activity of the channel. So in this case, Wolfie may have been watching a Lego video or something else and potentially was active commenting or something. I'm not exactly sure how YouTube figures it out, but and speaking of not actually sure, there is believed to be 3 more missions. I've got this tank, I've got one called the Paladin, and one called the Tomahawk. I'm going to at least complete the tank today, and we'll see how big the next one is. If it's really small, I might just save it for next week and then do the big and the small. And if it's fairly decent size, I may chug along at it. We'll see. Justin gifted a membership, and Edward Martinez was the lucky recipient. Big shout out to Justin as well. Thanks, guys. We're trying. Let's see here. I'll toss one more out there and see how it goes. Big bucks, no Juanes. Any day now. Oh, lucky! All right. Well, it's a one of our daily viewers, so that's always fun to see one of the people who is really dedicated and around a lot to get the gift. That's always awesome. So, I mean, anybody getting it's awesome, but at the same time, it's sort of a little extra rewarding when it goes to somebody who I personally know. All right, so Tanky Poo. This could take 5 minutes. It could take an hour. We'll see. I already got the trophy for the objective on this one. I had to get the shovel, which we did that right before we went to the BRB. So that was good. That was good. There's going to be a lot of funny anglage on this.
It was a funny angle.
But, you know, we'll get through it together. Good old Tyrone coming in to let us know. Oh, Kelbear dropping a membership. All right, Kiwi, another regular. Good to see. Good to see. Love it. Appreciate the generosity, guys. That's awesome. It's awesome. Also, on a side note, for the regulars, Teflon who? Teflon who? And in his eyes, the world is not right now. Ugh. It's so grody. It's so grody. So, unfortunately, I didn't get to go see him, but my younger brother, who happens to be the middle brother, is an official. He's a referee for OSAA, so Oregon State High School stuff, as well as he's getting some introductory NCAA stuff too. And he's a pretty good ref. I've yet to see him ref, but like pretty much everybody in my family has. And he got to do the big state tournament this weekend, and we were going to go see him, but unfortunately, he reffed games Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and they were all right in the middle of the day. Just no way. And we don't know until the night of or the day of, so like we'd find out in the morning that, hey, it's going to be at 1 o'clock today or whatever. And sadly, I just, myself nor my wife were able to leave work to go do that. Knowing that he's going to have other opportunities in the future, we just figured we would not take time off to do that. But he did great, had a blast, got some really cool photos of him all geared up and some action photos, if you will. But my dad's super proud, and that's awesome. Super happy for my younger brother, who's also a high school teacher. Teaches social studies. So and he was the high school football coach as well. So he's definitely an active dude, giving back to the community and such. He loves it. Big time sports dude. But next year he's already been invited to next year's tournament. Instead of doing the 6A, which is like the big dog high school stuff, he's going to be doing the 5A, which is like the next league down, or it's all based on size of schools and locations, right? So he'll be doing another big district, second biggest, but and it'll be in Corvallis, which is like 30 minutes, 25 minutes from my house, versus an hour and 20 where he was up in Portland. So it'll also be closer. And the other thing too is, when my dad was telling me, he said parking was a nightmare. And he was like, your cousin Brad came and he had to park, and it took him 35 to 40 minutes to get from his parking spot to the doors. And by the time he got to the door, all of the tickets had been sold. But my dad knew that was going to happen and bought him a ticket. So luckily my cousin got in. But he got in at halftime. He was so late, he was in at halftime. So my dad was like, he's like, I wouldn't come if I were you, but you're welcome to come. We'll try to get you seated in our area, but it's going to sell out. And so we didn't go, but still pretty cool. And who knows, maybe someday my brother will be doing the Final Four, or the March Madness, or maybe even bigger, maybe the NBA. We have a G League team, sort of a semi-professional, it's kind of like the minor leagues, right, of baseball, but for basketball. We've not had a team ever until this year for that, and so we've got a new team. So my brother could end up getting called to ref some of those games. Boy. The jump when you're in crouch is crazy sometimes. Because, watch. Here's standing up. It's the same height distance as when you're crouched, but you travel so much further. It looks like such a much larger jump. Corn Valley, yep. Yeah, it's going to be at Gill next year. So, better parking, a little bigger venue, because it was at University of Portland, if you know where that is. So the Pilots' home. It's where Terry Porter coached for a year at Gills Coliseum. I always thought it was Giles or Giles, but it's Gills. So it's funny. Next year it'll be at Gill Coliseum. This year it was at Giles, or I guess I don't know exactly how it's the Giles Center. Got 9 more bids to do for Lego DC Supervillains. Not too far from Platinum. How's that feeling? Oh man, there's nothing greater than hitting 100% after you've been grinding. That's a little bit of a grinder too. That's a pretty big one with all those extra challenges throughout the free roam, and then there's standard free roam tasks as well. You know, and then of course it's got a fair amount of levels for story and free play. I mean that's a big one. That's a big one for sure. I would argue that Lego City was the biggest game until Skywalker Saga. So I feel like it was City Undercover, DC, supervillains, and then probably, I mean, it certainly wasn't Incredibles or Lego Ninjago Movie or any of that. I would say it has to be Superheroes 2. That would be my guess as far as like overall grind and how many collectibles and everything. It's been a while since I've played all of those, but I know for a fact DC Supervillains is huge. Huge. Yeah, Kirsten, did you catch that spelling for it today? I was hoping that you read my comment as huge when I was talking about my DVD collection. I figured you probably did, but when did DC Villains Undercover? Whoa, go. Whoa. Not sure what. Is that a question or is that a joke? Like what? I'm not sure what's happening there. Really is. I did the same as you, flying character glider. Yeah. Well, good to see that some of the tricks that worked for me years ago are still out there working. I know that not all of that applies. Like Lego Worlds, we had that billionaire trophy where we had that exploit that worked great, but it also was a real pain in the you know what. And now they've patched our version out, but there's another version that's apparently easy. So I'm actually, it's funny. I was gonna talk to my buddy Jay. I was hoping Jay was gonna show up yesterday. I was gonna ask him if he wanted to help me with that. He's got a new method that works great, and you know, I know like Chacho and a few others were not stumped, but just like not willing to put out the effort that it took to use our method. Because technically you could still use our method, but it revolves around some cheeky stuff. Like you gotta basically delete the game data, not your save data, but the game's install data. And then you gotta turn your internet off so that you're not auto uploading or downloading things. And then once you do that, you can reinstall Lego Worlds, and it'll have the version that it's shipped with, so not updated. And the version that it's shipped with still works without the update. But it's a tricky process. I never made a video or directed anybody to really do it that way because people may misunderstand how to do it or delete their save data instead of their game data. And I don't want to be responsible or involved with, hey man, you ruined my game. I had it all done, but that stupid trophy, and now you made me delete my data. Well, we didn't make you do anything, but we may have guided you down. So it's much like cheat codes. I know that if you go way back to Lego Star Wars 3, the Clone Wars, Dougie, we do have a video that has some cheat codes out there, but like, that's the only one. There's plenty of cheat codes in so many other games, but notice we don't ever use them or talk about them. In fact, if we do talk about them, we're usually warning people to not use them due to the fact that it can break your game. Now, we also know that hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people have played using codes and it's been fine. But it's just one of those risks that you take, right? Like gambling. Oh, speaking of, I want to check something real quick. And I'll report it as soon as I find my findings. It's about the same. So last week, I think I mentioned I talked to my brother and he mentioned that crypto was going up, and I bought $76 worth of crypto 2 years ago, and it had dropped to like $35, $31. And so I don't ever pay attention to it. It was money I was just sort of playing with, willing to lose, so to speak. Like if you go to the casino, you know, you should always limit what you're taking because you don't want to go there and end up selling your house or something to keep your gambling streak going. So for me, I would always take like $100 or $150 or whatever. And that was how much I could spend. And so with this crypto, I was like, you know, I'm just going to spend you know, $75, $100 on it. And I ended up spending $76. I never made it to my $100 top line. And then it sort of started dropping, and I kind of realized maybe I got in a little late or whatever. And so I just let it go. And I just told myself, I'm going to let it sit. And in 10, 20, 30 years from now, who knows? It may be worth something. And if worst case scenario, I lost $75. That's the worst case scenario. Well, my brother asked me last week, he was like, hey, how's your crypto doing? I was like, bro, I don't know. I haven't even looked at that stuff in like a year. And he's like, you should look. It's going crazy right now. And my brother invested a lot more money than I did, a couple $1,000s. And his return after last week's surge was over $3,000 profit. So I was like, what? So I went and loaded mine up, and my $76 investment had actually gotten up to $100. It was like 111. By the end of the day, it was up to 121. So I was like watching it climb. Like every 2 seconds, you could see the money just going up and up and up and up. And I was like, oh my God. I was like showing Reese, like, look, because I bought him some too for like his 17th birthday. I bought him 100,000 shares of a crypto called Shiba. And Shiba's kind of wilding out right now. I mean, it's still worth like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a penny, right? It's like not even worth a penny. But I have 1,100,000 shares of it. So if it ever does make it to a penny or $1 or $20 or $100, like some of these cryptos do, I mean, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at like 3,600 or something like that per share. So I don't think Shiba will ever get there. But I got Dogecoin. I got some other ones too. But I'm up to $130 right now. So I've almost doubled my investment, which is kind of cool. At the same time, totally don't recommend buying crypto or NFTs or anything unless you got some money to play with, right? Like if you're living check to check, you're not sure how you're going to pay your electric bill, you probably shouldn't be buying crypto. But if you got like, you know, 25, 30, my wife invested $10 and whatever that was for Shiba. So she has only Shiba. And then there's usually the crypto wallet, like we use Coinbase. There's usually these things called like learn and earn. And so you'll like read like a little bit about a new crypto, and then you take a quick test, like 3 or 4 questions, and it'll give you like $1 worth of crypto or $5 worth of crypto or whatever the deal is. And so my wife's done a handful of those, and you can only earn so much, like $20, $25 max. My wife did that plus her $10. She's at like, I think she's at $62 or something like that total. So she's up like, I mean, technically she's up like $50, but you know, that's pretty cool. So I mean, who knows? We're not planning on buying a house or quitting our jobs anytime soon, but it was nice to see that go up, and it's sort of trending in that direction now. It's my understanding that the reason for that is that, you know, the first trends and the first jumps were because new coins were coming out and people were actively investing in them. When the market gets a flood with money, the price or value of those tends to go up. Now, once the value goes up, often sellers will sell, and then that'll obviously affect the price. It often makes the overall go down. So if there's more people with these shares, the value seems to go up. And I'm not a crypto expert, so I don't know why, and some of this might not be true for every crypto, but ultimately, right now, they've opened up some of the cryptocurrencies to be purchased as like official savings things. So like now you can, I guess, buy some of these things through banks, and they're becoming looked at like as a true investment option, and which they weren't before. And so now there's like some sort of guarantee. My brother was telling me about it. So there's like more people investing in these now because they are a little bit more credible than they were 6 months ago. Still a risk, still no guarantees, but with that new sort of added layer, more people are investing, which is driving the prices up. So buy away. No, I'm just kidding. Again, I don't recommend buying any unless you got some extra money to play with, which, like I said, I spent $75 as my max, And I'm almost double, which is not worth really talking about slash right now. But it also took 2 years to get here, too. That money was a loss for 2 years, basically. But, you know, I've got friends that have made big bucks, but they also, you know, don't have kids, have better jobs and more money income than I do. You know, my brother took a big risk and dumped a bunch of money into it, and it actually paid out good for him. And my other friend did pretty well a couple of years back, which is why I did it. After my brother told me he was doing all right, and then my other friend Corey told me about it, I was like, man, I'm missing out. I got to get in on this. And so that's why I threw my 75 in. And then it all went away. I like watched it. You know, I was saying my money was going up every second. I watched it go down every second for the first 2 years. So that's a little bit why it's a little more exciting for me to see it go up, because it's you just never know. But I mean, hey, if I'll tell you this, if Shiba Inu crypto hits $100, we're all going on a vacation. I mean, like I said, I got over 1 million shares. So, I mean, I can't imagine what it would be like to have something like 1 million Apple shares or 1 million Microsoft shares, right? Like, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you, no offense, but I wouldn't be. I'd probably be on my own private island somewhere watching somebody else play for me. I mean, probably not, but something like that. See what can't gift any money to you because iPad, my iPhone won't let me. Oh, well, it's all good. No gifting / donations required. Always appreciated. We've got some pretty generous viewers that definitely take care of me. You know, and obviously the community and myself tried to throw a few free ones out there in hopes that you could get a membership, but unfortunately, no such luck. Who knows? Maybe Hoosier or Teflon or somebody will show up and drop a 5 or a 10 piece. Sometimes it happens. Oh, hey, Kirsten, if you're out there, can you do me a huge favor? Can you relay the information about that other game that we were talking about to Tude? I don't think Tude's out there. Tude, are you still out there, broski? We've got a PSA for you. You know, and let it be known, Kirsten, that there is likely a bunch of replayability. Just because the campaign is only so long, or the storyline, if it is a 6-hour platinum, then that's different. But like, you know, look at like Evil Dead, for example. Like, we could have gotten through most of the story in about 6 hours or so too, because there wasn't really a story. It was more of like, you know, adventures, right? And so, but if it's a 6-hour platinum, please let him know that we should probably pump the brakes on that. I already bought it, so I've got it regardless. But yeah. Dude's streaming, huh? I mean, he could have been streaming this with me. But he said he had chores to do. I guess the chores was... What's he streaming, Chacho? I saw he already did like a Mud Runner. It wasn't the normal Mud Runner, but a Mud Runner type game this morning. And then he was here for a minute, so I thought he might still be here. Madden, huh? Okay. We are getting this done. 72%. Still a lot of little bits in through here. Like I said, some funny anglage. Back and forth, forth and back. Woohoo! Woohoo! Oh yeah. I haven't heard from Buddy today. Supposed to get my windshield replaced this week, and at first we were just gonna pay cash for it. It was like $370. Money I wasn't wanting to spend, but money we could spend. And I thought it was gonna be like $2,000 when I first broke the window, so $370. I was like, that's no problem. We got that. And then Jillian looked into the insurance, and it turns out it doesn't affect our monthly or any of our stuff. We've never filed a claim for anything like this before. We were in an accident actually 12 years ago last week. My wife got into a decent fender bender. She got rear-ended pretty hard at a red light. Some idiot came up behind on their phone and smashed into her and did some pretty serious damage to our old Honda Fit that we had. And that's actually when we got her into the red GTI 4-door is when that happened. And then we got the Fit fixed, and my mother-in-law actually bought it from us, and she drove it for quite a few years. But unfortunately, it struggled with some pretty bad fatigue from the injury. It was waterlogged. It was some sort of leak. We could never find it. We took it to a place, paid them to find it. They fixed it, but they didn't fix it. And but anyways, other than that 12-year-ago accident, we've never claimed anything through our insurance. We've obviously been paying insurance for all of us, and Reese too, right? I mean, even the little fender bender Reese got into didn't get claimed because it didn't hurt the other car, and we pulled the bumper out ourselves, so it didn't cost us anything. And so they were like, yeah, no problem, you can claim it. But the problem is the windshield is $370, and their deductible for it is $250. So it's like it saves $130, but I mean, hey, saving money, right? So we opted to go that route, and so if you don't already know, Reese, my son's good friend's dad, owns a local windshield repair shop, and so they're going to be the ones doing it for us. And I already went over and talked to him. He looked at my glass. He ordered the glass already, so they're ready to put it in, but I need to answer some stuff for Geico before I can even start the claim with them, which they'll contact the shop, and it should still get done this week, but I have to answer a question that I don't have the answer to. And I sent a text to Buddy on Friday, but I still haven't heard from him. We even saw it. Reese built his son's computer for him on Saturday, so they were here almost all day putting a computer together. I was down there helping him, talking, giving him a hard time, and he asked me not to keep him as a middleman. He didn't want to be involved in that anymore, to talk to his dad, but his dad's not responding, so I'm going to have to reach out to the kid again, I think. But what up, Gray? Welcome back. Let's see here. Mike D's out there, too. What up, Mike D? And let's see here. How long? Denise has been here for a minute, right? People are all saying hi and making me feel like I missed your entry, but I feel like you've been here for a little while, right? Right? If I missed you, I apologize, and what up, welcome! Get good, get good, get good. Get good, get good. Can I get a ding? It's probably the underside back here. Yep. Ha ha ha. Yeah, you can tell I've played this game a little bit. I've got a pretty good feel for where things are and how to get some of these tight spots and the angle back and forth, right? Because although you spend 5 minutes spraying this wheel straight on, you still got the left and the right sides and the little gaps and the ups and the downs. I remember the first couple weeks I was playing this game, I was like, where is it? I can't even see it. But now it's like, you just kind of know where to go, bro. You know? That's what I thought. I thought so. And I feel like I said hello, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. Been a little preoccupied today. Not really. You need to get the VR version, Brian, so you can just look where you're spraying. And you don't have to use your hands. I don't know if it works that way or not, but wishful thinking. What's up, Elite? Yeah, well, it's new DLC. Anytime there's new DLC, I usually jump on it as soon as there's an open spot in our stream schedule. And we had another game in the Monday slot, which is usually where I try to put this game for mostly clean Mondays. But, you know, we have seen it on other days historically. Just mostly on Monday. Yeah, I've logged a lot of hours spraying away. Spraying the day away. Yep. Yep. Boy, there's a lot of grime over here. So what's the scoop? What's the opinion on the new Fortnite season right now? I still haven't fired it up. I'm gonna wait to do that until Friday, so it'll all be brand new to me on Friday, which will be good because I'll have a couple of weeks worth of challenges too. I believe I should have 2 by Friday. So I'll be able to knock a bunch of XP out all in one stream. You know, I'm only to like tier 26 or something like that in Apex, so it's not like I want to take the rest of that season off. However, you know, I'm gonna have a harder time convincing the boys to join me with this current limited time mode that's happening, the Hunt for mode. You know, I didn't hate it, but I'm not thrilled about it either. Like, I could continue playing it if they were down to, but they made a pretty conscious decision that they were over it last week. So, we'll likely play Fortnite for a couple weeks and then return, and hopefully it'll be done with this mode by then. And if not, you might find us playing a lot of the secondary modes, like the mix mode with, like, the, you know, team deathmatch and the control, or all the different modes, right? When I do PowerWash Simulator, I mostly listen and sing music. Cool. Yeah, I've been told there's no hope for my singing voice, so there's no practicing happening. It just is. Let your soul glow. Talking to the tank, of course. 89%. There's a lot of flashing left for 89%. Like, a lot of flashing left. They must have had a lot of percentage invested into, like, the tracks or something. I wish I could see the other levels. Like, I wish they unlocked all of them and you could choose to do which ones you wanted. I understand the story progress too, right? Because there's a little, even though it doesn't seem like it because I don't really pay attention to it, but there is a little bit of story that happens with these. The little messages that pop up on the side there talking about like, oh, how'd you get here? Oh, we've been needing you to hit you, or whatever, right? There's always something. I don't really read most of it. And there's also, you know, this as well that like talks about all of this. So, yeah. But I wish you could pick them all instead of having to unlock them. Because then I can visually see all of them. Yeah, our washer and washer and dryer went out. And I think last week I mentioned that Reese and my mother-in-law took it apart and replaced a hose that was believed to be clogged. Because basically it's just not draining anymore, and it keeps throwing an error code that like there's some sort of issue with the drain. And usually the first thing you do is replace the hose or unclog the hose, which could be one and the same deal. So that's what they did. They got a new hose and they put it on and made the pathway all nice and open. And then they got like 1 or 2 washes out of it before it beeped again. And it started like telling us the error was happening. So then my mother-in-law did something and she figured out that if you do a certain thing, you can actually manually drain it. And so she was doing it, but I guess it requires like to sort of be on the ground and like holding this hose, and like I guess it takes like half hour, 45 minutes to do. So not an ideal situation. So our laundry, which we normally do on the weekend, completely came to a halt Friday afternoon when this was fully discovered. And so anyways, like I said, we thought we had it fixed Friday evening. Clearly it wasn't. So Saturday, we looked at new ones. We tried to call a couple of places, but it was the weekend, so nobody was available to talk to us or send anybody out. Like we could have, but we would have had to pay emergency rates, and who wants to pay an extra $200 or whatever just to find out they don't even have the parts ready till next week or whatever. So, my wife hopped on YouTube and sort of labeled or figured out that it was likely either the pump, the drain pump, or the control panel. And so I was like, well, let's just get a drain pump and a control panel, or let's start with the pump and then get a control panel. She's like, yeah, but I don't know how or where to get that. And I was like, give me the part number. She's like, I don't have the part number. I said, give me the model number of the machine. Looked it up within 5 minutes, found the part I needed, and found it on Amazon even by a verified seller that has good reviews, and the pump had good reviews as replacement. And the pump was $20. So it'll be here today. So last night we took the washer all apart, and I've got the old pump out, and it literally takes 2 screws to screw it back to a mount, and then you push the mount into the housing of the washer, and then you screw the 2 other screws down that secure the unit in place. And then you pop this little plastic piece on and flip it upside right, and if that's the problem, it'll be fixed. So, you know, we got our fingers crossed because, you know, it was going to be $300 to $500 no matter what it was to have a repair guy come out here. But if, like, my mother-in-law and wife found, you know, all the stuff we needed, and then I found the parts and put it in, that's going to be a huge win. A huge win. Because, yeah. We made a pretty big choice to do things differently with our money, as I mentioned, and spending money on appliances and stuff was not a plan that any of us have, but it's something we need and have to do. So we're trying to do it on as small a budget as possible. Get a plumber. Teflon! Yeah, I mean, honestly, I laughed about that, but I mean, it's not a toilet, so I wasn't sure how helpful he would be. But I also think we figured it out. Like, if I replace the pump and it doesn't fix it, depending on how expensive the control panel is, I mean, if the control panel is like $50, $100, I'll buy a control panel. And then we know that we've replaced most of the moving parts, and then I can consult with somebody who knows a little bit more. But as it sits, I'm feeling pretty confident that it's the drain pump. Which, let's talk about this design for a second. Gravity should help water find its way to like the bottommost point, right? You'd think that the bottommost point could then have some sort of a flap or doorway or even just a spigot of sorts, something that would allow flow. And you think it would just like open and drain out. But no, they actually have a pump that removes it. Now, physics may prove that draining on its own may have been long and complicated compared to a pump that might do it in like 5 seconds or something, right? So the pump's like this big, and it was, like I said, it was a $20 part, so it's not a very big, it's just a spinning electric, and you can even see it's magnetic. It's got the magnets on it and like a little control, like, I mean, I'm not super smart with stuff, but I know enough to know that how it works and how simple it is. No. My standard trick did not come into play. And I still don't have my DVD set or the Blu-ray set that I ordered for the IT crowd. I missed that show so much. Like, so much. I used to watch it, like, all the time. Like, all the time. When it was on Netflix, like, anytime I had dead air, like, nothing was on TV, no sports, wife wasn't home, any of that stuff, and I needed just a half an hour to kill time or something in the background, always IT crowd. Always. It's such a slow show, but it's so good. I don't know why I love it so much, but it's still on Netflix in Canada. Lucky. Yeah, that's been off here for almost a year now, or roughly a year. And you could buy it on DVD, but I haven't been able to find it on Blu-ray until the other day. I did some shopping on eBay, and I'm still not 100% sure what I got is good. But because it had some weird disclaimer about like movies or show recorded onto like I think it's a crystal clear Blu-ray discs. And it said a Blu-ray player was required to play it, which I think is just a disclaimer for people who have a DVD player or don't know what a Blu-ray is, right? Like, but I don't, the extra description that the crystal clear or whatever they used made me wonder. But it is returnable, so worst case scenario, I send it back. But I mean, I've got an HD Blu-ray player, I got a Blu-ray player, got a Series X Xbox, so I've got lots of media players. Even though we live in a streaming digital world, I still have all the stuffs. Johnny Thunder! Here's Johnny! What up, dude? Alright, so 99%. So this may be like it, y'all. We may be like the last couple of things here. And we may call it. I wish somebody with some experience with this DLC was here to tell me. I know that, let's see here. Where's that comment? What? Was it really that far back? Okay. Is Elite still out there? Have you beat this DLC, Elite? Got lucky there, I had no idea. Aha! Ah. Let's go up a little bit. Get in them hard to reach spots. I saw you flashing in there. Those are all, so yeah, it shows that I've got, there it is. Yeah. Is that one done? That one looks pretty good. Ooh, toe ring. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So, oh, there was something right there. Shield, side shield. Okay, okay. Yep. Track wheel, track wheel, track wheel. Got all that stuff. Oh, oh, oh. Tricky. Ah! Ding! Can I get a ding? Thank you. All that stuff is done. Ooh, side ports. Gotta be on the under, huh? Oh, yeah. Hey, Brian. I know you mentioned you were happy that Godzilla won. Were you happy with the results last night? I know you were asking the Oscars, right? Right? I think that's what it was last night. Like I said, I don't watch those, so I think that's what it was. Were you happy with the outcome? I did see a clip where John Cena came out, and maybe you guys can help me understand this, and it might fall into things that are normally excluded from conversation here. So if it ends up being like a political or something, you know, hot topic, if you will, then just say we'll talk about it later or something. But John Cena came out on stage and he had like the envelope to open the winner, right? But that was all he had. He had no clothes on and it was covering up his front. And I don't know if he had like stuff on under there, if he was like totally naked, but I saw, I swear I saw two posts worded the same but different, saying something about an initiation or something, a humiliation initiation or something. And I didn't understand what that meant. I know there's a lot of talk about like, you know, Hollywood elitism and how people are, and a lot of stuff going on right now. So again, if it's a hot topic, just tell me, don't worry about it. But I didn't know if there was something else I was missing. Like, was there something else, like, or was there anything that anybody knows about that? Or was that just like a bit that they came out to do a funny bit? What up, Terry? Front lights. Rear viewing slant. Thought we already talked about this game. It's inappropriate. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So there's the light. Okay, so stowed rods. Are those stowed rods? That's track armor. Stowed cable. These are probably the rods. Stowed rod. Okay, stowed rod. So there's one that needs to be keistered. Ah. Booyakasha. All right, now I'm assuming. Yep, there it is, right there. At least it's way more PG than what it could be. Booyakasha! Kadia stands. I have no idea what that means. Hot, 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 hot. Okay, let's check it out. Dominatus. All right, continue. All right, see, so we got a. So this is basically like a small fry, and then we've got the big ship at the end. But how long is the big ship gonna take? Do we think it's gonna really take like 3-4 hours? Because I'm gonna leave this guy. I think what I'll do is, just to save myself any hassle, I will do get the trophies, and then we'll wrap it up for today. So I'll get the trophies for this level out of the way, which I got to do the tilt shield and the tilt shield purity seals first. Tilt shield and tilt shield. All right, so tilt shield purity seals. There's 3 of them. Let's work on those first. Dang it. That might be like a whole thing. I did all the trophies on the main game except for the... Missed it by that much. Where's my scaffolding? There's stairs right there, but I can't... Can I move this? Oh, yeah. Booyah. It doesn't light up and darken up like it used to. You'd think with all the dirt, this thing would be slippery. Hey. Hey! Inaccurate! Inaccurate! That's crap. Look where my spray dot is. Okay, there it actually went to where it was supposed to. That's right, game. Better. So wait, that might be the... So that's the shield. Come on. That's one. It's not even hitting where it's supposed to go. What's happening? Swing and a miss. I was gonna say, I think the shield is the rest of it, right? Purity seals 3, and then the shield, right? Whoa, why is it diagonal? Okay. Not like... So I want to get on that arm right there. Get on that arm, I can definitely get the angle I'm after, I think. Yeah, and the side too, eh? Although I'm pretty close, so it's doing that weird... That's the mount. Let's go on the other side now. Booyakashow! That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. I just feel I messed up. I got it. Nice. Best part was when Arnold and Danny DeVito bust Keaton's chops about being Batman. Nice. That sounds good. All right. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it good. Like I said, we're expecting to have a shorter stream today. So I got 3 of the 5 levels done. Chacho, the last one is huge, right? Like long, huge. Because I'm sure I could do this robot in probably 30 minutes or so, 25, 30 minutes. But then there's the other level 2, and I don't want... So I figure the other level's probably not long enough to complete a full stream, but adding that extra piece might give us another 3-hour stream. So I'm going to call it there. I don't know what I'm going to do. What am I talking about? I got to... Hopefully that motor will show up, that pump. And I can get that together. But, guys, much love. Appreciate all of you hanging out, spending your time. Anybody got any questions or anything that they are curious about before we go? Yeah. Just trying to think. We got Suicide Squad on Wednesday, which, as it sits, we're getting really close to the end game. And then there's a mode that I'm still curious to check out because I haven't seen it yet. But it allows us to play the game and grind XP as other characters and stuff. So we'll probably do the old switcheroo on characters, and we'll find out that Deadshot is really OP and it had nothing to do with the hosting or the player behind it, just the fact that the abilities are there. But maybe not. Maybe I was really good at using Deadshot and I'll be bad at... Maybe I'll be really good at the other ones too. Who knows? We'll have to wait and find out. But it's my understanding that each one of these characters needs to get to a certain level, max level, something like that. So we'll be playing some of that. And some of that might end up happening off stream, but for this week, we know we'll be playing through the remaining story levels. And then probably doing some other trophy-related stuff as we have already gotten all the collectibles and all the races and all the riddles done. So we've gotten a lot of stuff done, but I think if I remember right, there's still... Yeah, I mean, I'm like not even percentage-wise, not even halfway, but mathematically just flipped the halfway point. So once we beat the game, that should probably unlock 3 to 5 more trophies. And then it'll be mostly on upgrading weapons, pairing weapons, putting these kind of weapons together, you know, load out this, load out that. Some of them might be really easy. Go here and buy that or whatever. But we'll start picking them off and making good on that platinum. I think we all want to end with the platinum, and it seems very doable right now, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, and then Friday, like I said, we'll be checking out the new season of Fortnite. I have not played it yet. I don't plan on playing it until Friday, so I look forward to kind of jumping into that experience with you guys and checking it out together. Can't believe I've already logged 86 hours of Fortnite since I started playing again. Like, apparently I enjoy it a little bit. So anyways, everybody else, much love. Big time shout out to anybody and everybody who donated today. Let's see if I can get an activity list here. Looks like Justin, Dragon Girl, Teflon. And then we had some flexing out there too. We had Gerg with a flex, Kelbear with the flex, Kelbear with a gift as well. Can't forget that. So awesome stuff. Appreciate you guys more than you know. Whoa, 667 hours of Diablo 4. Woo-hoo-hoo! You know, I thought I'd played a lot of like Apex. I got 552, so I'm sort of rivaling, and that's just PlayStation 5 version. That doesn't include the PS4 version, which like the first 6 seasons were on. So I definitely have some time on the 4 as well. But yeah. Anyways, guys, appreciate all of you. hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day. My Blazers play tonight, so I'll be looking forward to that as well. And yeah, and who knows? Maybe I'll see you before Wednesday, but probably Wednesday morning. If you have not already, please check out HappyThumbsGaming.com. We also have HTG merch if you want to support us by buying some merchandise or some stickers or something like that. I mean, I guess it's all merchandise, but check it out. Anyways, that's going to do it for me, guys. As always, until next time.